Iain, you understand that this is Buddhist with minority Hindu, Muslim, and Christian, and really goes back to the Sinhalese Buddhism of the British Empire, going back to 1948 and then the Sri Lankan independence in 1972. Who is this majority Buddhist population that creates this immense tensions with these three minorities?
Yeah, as some people have been saying, in Sri Lanka, almost every religious group at one point and another has targeted one of the other groups. I think what happened here, and when this first happened on Easter Sunday, people were sort of speculating that it might have been a Buddhist extremist group. There was some talk of the churches being in Tamil neighborhoods, and some speculation about whether there was some anti-foreign element of antagonism in terms of targeting the hotels. Obviously now the government has just come out about an hour ago and blamed a sort of little-known Islamic group in Sri Lanka, and it's sort of kind of by surprise, because I don't think anyone really thought any of the Islamic groups, which are much smaller and sort of haven't been known for these sort of widespread attacks, for them to come out with an attack of this sort of sophistication and coordination, I think caught a lot of analysts by surprise. Yeah.
Iain, Marlow, is this a continuation of a civil war after a decade of quiet, or is this something new?
I think most people think it's something new, and I think they think it's worrying. It's a very worrying trend in the sense that it's sort of out of the blue. This isn't the kind of classic sort of Tamil separatist violence. This is something very different. It's a group no one had suspected was capable of doing this type of attack. The targets themselves are new. Several analysts pointed out that in about 30 years of the civil war between the Tamils and the majority Sinhala population, foreigners were never targeted. They didn't really target these types of hotels and go out of their way to target foreigners. So that in itself is new and a sign that they were sort of sending a bit of a global message here. And a lot of people think this will have a serious impact on the economy, on tourism. Everyone was trying to get out of the airport. There was even a pipe bomb that was discovered on the road leading to the international airport. So there's a lot of tension there, and this is I mean, obviously this is bigger than the Mumbai attacks in 2008, and those sort of paralyzed the city and captured global attention. And obviously Sri Lanka is a much smaller country than India, so this is going to have a huge impact on the optics of how people look at Sri Lanka for some time.
Iain, I want to go exactly to that point. From my understanding, the government did have some warnings about this attack, which does appear to be coordinated and sophisticated. What did they know, and what does that say about their ability to stymie an attack like this going forward?
Yeah, I mean, this looks incredibly bad for the Sri Lankan government. Reports indicate that they had advanced intelligence warnings, possibly from Indian intelligence services or another foreign agency. But to understand why they missed all these cues, you have to kind of go back to the constitutional crisis that Sri Lanka had last year. You basically have a coalition government of two parties between the prime minister and the president that are constantly feuding. Last year, the president fired the prime minister and tried to appoint someone entirely new. Right. So in Sri Lanka, the president actually controls the police and the military. So now you've got a situation where one side isn't talking to the other. Some people are getting intelligence warnings, others aren't. And there's some indications from that the prime minister was excluded from some of these security meetings. Yeah.